Welcome to the Do Better podcast. I'm your host, Theo Coop, and today we will be reacting to a TikTok video that went viral not too long ago of a young lady, let's just say, stating her requirements. And also think this is a clear example of how a lot of modern women have just these ridiculous expectations. So let's go ahead and start the video.
Here are a list of things I expect men to do in marriage.
Before she gets started, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really one to talk about people's looks. A bit immature for my liking, but I'm be honest. Here's the first thing that I thought when I initially heard her speak.
Oh, he's hideous.
I heard they shaved a gorilla.
My very first thought. Okay, we got that out the way. Let's see what she got to say. So these are the things I expect a man to do in marriage.
Number one, pay the rent, mortgage, and utilities. So that's like the rent, the water, and like the electric. You know what I'm saying? And then if we have a home, like the property tax and the mortgage insurance, all that good stuff.
The property tax. Yeah, I can get it. You know, you want your man to pay the bills and whatnot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a huge supporter of like the man paying 100% of the bills and a woman just gets to live without contributing anything. That's bullshit in my book, but hey, to each his own.
Number two, to do most of the cooking. I cook, but I don't really like to cook. So it's really a plus when I meet a guy who is really good at cooking. And there are actually a lot of men that are great cooks.
There are a lot of men who are great cooks. I'm not one of them. But my dad's a really good cook. Yeah, but man, I guess if you can find it.
Number three, the dishes. I don't like doing the dishes.
Damn, so she don't want to cook or do the dishes. There's usually a trade-off. You know, I'm the dude who doesn't like to cook, so I'm the dude that usually does the dishes. Like, it's usually one of you usually can't opt out of both. That's kind of whack.
So it would be great to have a man that just took that chore off of my hands because I don't like to do the dishes. Number four, do the laundry. And when I say do the laundry, I don't just mean like put the clothes in the wash. I mean like the whole process. Put the clothes in the wash, put the clothes in the dryer, put them up, iron what needs to be ironed, fold what needs to be fold.
Damn, you even got to pull out the iron too.
Like do the whole thing from A to Z.
So just pause for the cause for a second. Let's make sure that we're keeping track. So you got to pay the bills. Go ahead and make that assumption. All the bills. Do most of the cooking. Wash the dishes. So that's a good portion of the cleaning. And do the laundry. Man, so you're doing a lot of stuff already. You financing everything. You cooking. You're doing majority of the cooking, and it sounds like a good portion of the cleaning. And let's see what else she's got.
Number five, take out the trash. I don't like to take out the trash.
So you're taking out the trash too.
Number six, any yard work or housework. Now, he doesn't necessarily have to like fix it. Like if there's like a broken pipe or something, like he doesn't have to fix it, but he does have to be responsible in calling whoever to make sure that it is fixed. So it's just his responsibility.
See, I'm not really mad at that, but I'll come back to that. But the whole thing about this list, this seems like the man in her life, the vast majority of everything. Like this seems extremely one-sided.
Number seven, upkeep the car. So that includes any tire changes that need to be made, any oil changes that need to be made, putting gases in the car, making sure the cars are washed, like the whole process of upkeeping the cars from A to Z.
See, I don't think it's necessarily anything wrong with that if you're in a committed relationship or if you're married. I feel like that's man shit. There's certain things that's woman shit, certain things that's man shit. I think making sure that the cars are straight, that your woman's car doesn't have, any bold tires, she has proper oil changes on time, all that kind of good shit. I think that's man shit and you will do for your woman. But once again, it seems like she hasn't acknowledged one thing that she'll be doing in this interaction.
Number eight is date nights at least twice a month, but that actually goes into like any form of recreational activities. So if we're going kayaking, if we're deciding to
her ass can't fit in no kayak,
to take a camping trip, if we're deciding to go to a theme park, just at least 2 dates and or recreational activities per month.
With that, I have an issue with people having these mandates. They're mandates in their life, but they're not a necessity for the overall function of the family unit, if you will. Like, this isn't a mandatory item that needs to be done. One thing that needs to be done is making sure the rent, or the mortgage is paid, or making sure that the electricity bill is paid so your kids ain't reading in the dark. That's a mandatory item. Like date night or 2 dates a month. That's the 2 date nights a month. That just seems like some made up shit so that you can have something to brag about or possibly post about on social media. The annual honeymoon and separate vacation, I also think that's a big extreme. Most people can't afford that. Most people can go on one vacation a year, and that's if they're lucky. You know, we live in this time with social media where everyone acts like they're a baller, and every single person is making $150,000 a year, and everyone's doing it big and vacationing on a moment's notice and all that kind of silly shit. When it's really all cap. The vast majority of people, they're lucky if they get a 2-week vacation throughout the entire week, at least here in the States. So, saying that you need an annual honeymoon and separate vacation, you already know that's not likely. For the average family, that's extending their financial reserves immensely. So yeah, man. Overall, I'll say just to keep it a buck. Once again, I think I did crack a couple jokes though. I think I did that earlier in this video, but for the most part, I'm really not one of those people to crack on people's looks because and that's for a multitude of reasons. One of them being because I feel it's a bit immature. And second of all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a dime. It's really funny to me to watch people talk about other people's looks when they're not that great looking themselves. So that's just kind of what it is. But I'm also a realist. Let's be honest. She's not that good looking of a woman. Looks do matter, and she's not an attractive woman like that. So she should have more realistic expectations. But I also think this long list as well is this is just me being an armchair psychologist. I also think that this is a defense mechanism. It's something that you can say, well, this is why I haven't met a man, or this is why I haven't had a long-term relationship, because see, he only makes 7 out of my 9 bullet points, or he only makes 6 out of my 10 requirements. So the vast majority of men won't meet those. So therefore you can disqualify everyone and just say, hey, you haven't met the right guy. When in reality, you have issues that you need to work on and work that you need to do yourself before you should be out here in the dating market. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think, man. It's your boy Theo Coop, Do Better Podcast. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Do better.